Now, it's going to start like it's a curious story to be angry about, but you'll see how it goes. Now, President Obama was at Ohio State University. This is the fifth time that he has been there over the last year. Why? Ohio, critical swing state. During the election, he was there all the time, especially trying to appeal to younger voters. Now he's giving their commencement speech, and let's hear him talking about big dreams.
And look at all that America's already accomplished. Look how big we've been. I dare you, class of 2013, to do better. I dare you to dream bigger.
No, I dare you to dream bigger. You're sitting there in the Oval Office and saying, I can't get anything done. Oh, golly gee, what will the Republicans agree to? Remember the guy who ran on big change, big hope? Where are those? You're telling those kids to dream bigger. You're the president of the United States of America. When people ask you, what are you going to do? I don't know. Maybe I can get the Republicans to agree on immigration. Yeah, of course they're going to agree on immigration. If they don't, they're going to get their ass handed to them election after election. That's your big plan for the next 4 years? That's all you got? Oh, on guns. Oh, can we pretty please get a non-universal background check? Whoop-de-frickin-do. You dream bigger. Where's the big progressive change that you thought, or we thought you were going to go for when you said that you were going to do progressive change? Where's that? You dream bigger. You give me more of this nonsense.
Unfortunately, you've grown up hearing voices that incessantly warn of government as nothing more than some separate, sinister entity that's at the root of all our problems. Some of these same voices also do their best to gum up the works. They'll warn that tyranny is always lurking just around the corner. You should reject these voices.
Yeah, great. Look, I agree with that. Then you've got to make a case. Instead of telling me how great Ronald Reagan is on every other speech, instead of agreeing with Republicans in 3/4 of your speeches, make the case. He also said, quote, this is a joyous occasion, so let me put it charitably. I think it's fair to say that our democracy isn't working as well as we know it can. Gee, I wonder if only you could be president and try to change that. Right, you are president. Now, that doesn't mean in the Bush's old parlance, you have a magic wand. I wish I had a magic wand that said, fix democracy, right? But I know that doesn't exist. I know you got to deal with the Republicans. We're not naive about that. But at the same time, ask yourself this question. What is President Obama doing to try to change what's wrong with our democracy? Now, he talks about, hey, our democracy is broken. Well, all right, what are your proposals to fix it? Name one. Name one proposal. No, I'm not talking about specific policy issues. I'm not talking about guns. I'm not talking about immigration. I'm not talking about your stupid grand bargain where you would cut Social Security benefits, which a great majority of Americans disagree with. I'll get to that in a second. I'm talking about how are you going to fix the system? How are you going to bring us change? Are you going to give any change in rules to lobbyists, donors, campaign finance reform? Even filibuster reform would change the system a little bit. No, you've got nothing on that, nothing. You tell those kids to dream bigger? What is your change? What is your proposal? Not a damn thing. Now, one of the things that President Obama did propose that was specific and was on Social Security, as I mentioned. So what did he propose? To lower Social Security benefits. Now, let me tell you what a horrible idea that is. Recent poll out says that his idea of cutting chain CPI, that's a way of lowering benefits, supported by, you know how many percent of the American people? 16. 16% are in favor of your proposal. Genius move. Why? He wanted to agree with Republicans. Because he doesn't have any progressive agenda, because he's not a progressive that he actually wants to push. So he's like, what do I do? What do I do? I agree with Republicans. Let's cut Social Security. Oh, damn it. Oh, my God, only 16% of Americans agree with me. Of course, you schmuck. We told you not to do that. And what happened? Now, by the way, one more stat on that. When you ask people, are you in favor of cutting Medicare or Social Security in any way, shape, or form to help the deficit on the budget? That same poll, only 25% say yes. In any way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to do with the budget, they say. We don't want to cut it. How clear do they have to be? But you chose the side of the 16% on that specific policy proposal, and overall, in attacking Medicare and Social Security, you chose the side of 25%. I don't know if you're great at math, but let me do the numbers for you. That's only 1/4 of the country. And what's happening now? Senate Democrats from red states are bailing out on Obama. story just came out before we went to air. Bailing out on them on what? On what? Are they going to be more conservative in terms of gun policy, et cetera, some like Mark Begich and Mark Pryor already have been? No. They're going to the left of Obama. Obama's such a right-winger, those conservative red state Democrats who are always like, no, we got to go further right. We got to go further right. They're saying, oh, hell no. I didn't say cut Social Security. No, I'm going to do my whole platform on not cutting Social Security. Mark Begich, who just voted against the background checks, is turning around and saying, I'm going to propose 2 bills in the Senate saying we're going to protect Social Security. In fact, we're going to increase the payroll. We're going to take the cap off so that rich people have to put more into Social Security, but under no circumstances are we going to cut your Social Security. Why? Because he saw the polls. Who's so stupid that they want to stand with a 16%? And you know what happened? I reported this last week. Now Republicans are bailing out on the idea of saying, I didn't per se proposing cutting Social Security. Did I say cut Social Security? I didn't say cut Social Security. It was Obama. Why did you preemptively give them that giant concession, which they're now using against you and all other Democrats? Because you don't dare to dream bigger. You're a tiny man with tiny ideas who are trying to get tiny little proposals through that are largely Republican. And what happens? Every single day you pay the price for it. And now, since he was so weak in all of these negotiations, the Republicans say, hey, you know what we're going to do? That debt limit that we keep holding hostage and this guy keeps playing along with, well, we're going to hold it hostage again. But remember, on the debt limit, the original idea was we can't raise the debt limit. Now, the debt limit is actually the money we already borrowed and that we owe, okay? It has nothing to do with new borrowing. Now, so if I was President Obama, I would draw the line the first day and be like, oh, hell no. No, we're not having that conversation. You want to crash the American economy? That's 100% on you. But I'm not having that conversation. That is not part of the negotiations. But President Obama, what do you do? Okay, let's negotiate over it. Oh, no, please. And so what happened? Now Republicans are saying, even though the original argument was we're not going to raise the debt ceiling because we're so concerned about the debt, we're so concerned about the deficit that we can't add to the budget anymore. Now they have turned around and they're saying, oh no, we're not going to let the debt limit go up unless you add to the deficit. Now you're saying, wait a minute, that can't be true. But it is. Their new plan is more tax cuts for the rich. And what do tax cuts for the rich do? They add to the deficit. Before there was speculation, now Politico is confirming it. They're saying, quote, now momentum is building to tie a rewrite of the tax code to hiking the debt cap. A rewrite of the tax code means tax cuts for Republicans. These guys, no limit to what they'll ask for. And they're literally saying no to the debt limit. Why? Because Obama keeps playing along. He keeps giving, you keep taking. Now, you're saying, oh, Cenk, I'm sure all of you Democrat Obama loyalists they're at the point, or they were 5 minutes ago, about how I'm being unfair to Obama. Now, Obama's not going to go along with this, right? I mean, cutting taxes on the rich and corporations? No, he wants higher taxes. I'm so unreasonable, right? At the end of the Politico article, Obama has said that he wants to rewrite the tax code too. Obama and Dave Camp, who is the head of the Republicans in the House and Ways and Means Committee, says Obama and Camp have talked about an overhaul, a source familiar with the conversation said. So, Dave Camp, tell me all about it. How would you like to do taxes? When Republicans talk about tax reform, they're not talking about tax increases. They're talking about tax cuts. In fact, let me give you specifics. Obama told Camp he does not think individual rates should go as low as Republicans want them, 25%, but the president said he was willing to crunch the numbers, this source said. In other words, that giant tax cut that you want down to 25%, probably I'll say yes. But if I don't say yes, what, 26, 27, 28, we're negotiating. So a giant tax cut to add to the deficit, and they're using the debt limit to hold it hostage, and Obama goes along with it. Why? Because he wants to do the tax cut for corporations too. And he isn't a progressive, and he's never going to bring you change. So if you're a progressive and you're still waiting on this Messiah, get real, man. Get real. Get beyond it. This guy is never going to give you change. Never. All he's going to do is sit here for the next 3.5 years and largely agree with the Republicans and then say, oh, I couldn't do anything more. I'm a loser, I'm weak, I'm incompetent, I'm impotent. There's nothing I could do. The Republicans have me beat 8 ways to Sunday, even though I'm the president and I have the Senate. There's nothing I could do. I can't dream bigger. You dream bigger, you young students, but I'm a loser. I'm done. I got nothing, and I'm never gonna give you anything. That's President Obama. If you think I'm wrong, come back to me 2.5 years from now and beg for my forgiveness. Because you will see he will never try for anything big that is progressive. If he does anything big at all, it'll be the grand bargain. And the grand bargain is not remotely progressive. That's where they cut Social Security. Why? To give corporations an extra tax cut. Great. That's your President Obama.